Have a good race.
Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Here we are at Iceman.
Well, Iceman is officially over, sadly. We chose to film in a sauna today because it's cold outside. And we don't live in Michigan anymore, so we weren't ready for the weather.
It's true. We might have to derobe as this interview goes on, but until then, this is what we chose.
Bike racing. Avery, you went off first, earliest.
Yeah. To recap the day, I got up at 5:30 a.m. while Alexey was completely unconscious. Must have been nice for him, because usually it's the opposite way.
People may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
I got up at 5:30, also ate rice and eggs, and then it was pretty straightforward Iceman stuff. Drove 40 minutes to Kalkaska, and my bike was covered in frost.
My bike is covered in frost.
Big rookie mistake. My bottles were frozen already because I put them on the back of the car on my bike. It was just an awful idea. And then the typical vibes ensued from there in the morning airport light as car exhaust fumes were rippling in the quiet distance. My start was 32 degrees officially, so just freezing. I did about 7 to 10 laps on the airport to just try to remind the legs that we're here to actually do something this morning.
I just love hearing this. I haven't heard this yet.
Oh, really?
Tell me your story.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm listening.
So if you're in wave number 1, when they roll you up here, we're going to roll you up basically to the blacktop. We'll get you sorted out by your number plate. Once we get that sorted out, we'll roll you up here, and at 9:15, we'll get this whole big grand race started.
Race started 9:21 a.m. That was the biggest wake-up call I've had in the entire year. Never have I ever sprinted off of a line since 364 days ago at Iceman last year. It was cool knowing I had a crew out there for me this time instead of Alexey. So David behind the camera here, our friend Kara at Shammy Butter, and a few others went to a few pins on the course, kind of the iconic pieces of Iceman that everyone looks forward to on course. So the first climb would have been Make It Stick. There's usually a DJ or a guy with a drum set. This year they had a crazy jump line going over the trail. There's racers literally jumping over the people climbing up the hill. I could barely see anything because I can't even imagine the face I was making trying to get up that hill. That was probably mile 11 or so, and knew I would see these guys again in 10 more miles at Williamsburg Road. I heard someone ran into a deer there. Luckily for me, no issues.
Or the deer ran into them, we're not sure.
Yeah. Came through Icebreaker, the infamous. Took a good old seat. Tried to stand up there to look cool for the camera. That quickly backfired, and I realized I needed to just sit back down and get through the finish line.
Go Avery!
Let's go!
Oh my god. I really wanted to go sub 2 hours, but it didn't happen this year. Also, the course is a mile and a half longer, maybe 2 miles longer than last year, so.
I have no issue with my time.
He's at peace with it for sure, guys.
Yeah, I'm completely at peace with my time. And then it was the usual, hurry up and wait for this guy to get out of bed. He probably woke up at noon or so, and got ready to race at the whopping time of 3 p.m. Now the recap you actually want to hear.
No, I
Yeah.
really looked at camera 3 times. I looked at you for most of the time, listening. Also,
true.
David, do you want to show our lighting setup?
Yeah.
Look how great this is, guys. Shout out to Ryobi. If you want to send us a couple more of these, this would be a great, so easy to travel with. Audio, perfect. It's getting hot in here. It's actually getting hot. I had aspirations to win again, because I think once you've won and coming back to defending champion. Okay, Avery, you're good.
Can I turn this off?
Just make a lot of noise while I speak.
Sorry, I got it. Continue, sorry.
How many jackets do you have on?
No.
He knew we were going to play strip interview, so he wore a lot.
3, 2, 1, go! Yeah, boys! Yeah! Wow, dude, wow.
I don't think I can have a disappointing race at Iceman. I definitely had aspirations to come back and win again, but that's always harder. You always have the pressure on your shoulders. I think Iceman's really hard if you're beyond top 15. You start losing and getting pushed off the back of wheels just on accident, going into single tracks. Things accordion and come back together. And so being in position saves your legs a lot. Our race was almost all out the entire time. We had one little lull about 10 miles out from the finish, but I looked back on Make It Stick, where Avery had talked about, and we had maybe 6-7 guys left, and it was pretty crazy. I kind of realized coming in toward the finish that I didn't really have the pop that I wanted. It kind of been a weird day on the bike for me. It's one of those days where you just couldn't grasp how to ride a bike perfectly. Going into wood chip, I was in good position. Noah outrode me. I went in second to the single track. Tyler crashed into my back wheel, which slowed us down, made a bigger gap to Noah. I think he was gone anyway, to be honest. From there, we went into Icebreaker, and I just didn't have it. Kayak came over the top of me, along with Kerry Warner and Tyler Orschel. So I was in fourth at the time with Jordan Wakely behind me and Brian Motter behind him. It was just a twisty finish, a little pump track action. But from there, we kind of stayed where we were. I was in fourth, I stayed in fourth. Yeah, I think I'm leaving Iceman with kind of the same feelings I have every year. There isn't an ice trophy melting or broken anywhere that I had a hold of, but it is by far the most fun I have all year, anywhere. I want to get to the point where I start moving backwards. You talk about waves being this thing that you progress forward. I want to get to the point where I start going party mode and I'm leading the party bus. And I go from I get the pro races at the back, but you go from wave 1 to wave 3 to wave 10, and you get to find your place as you just settle into your enjoyment of cycling that doesn't have to be a race. Iceman is a race and there's a timer, but I think beyond that, most people are out there just enjoying. Traverse City comes out for this. It is all of your best friends in the woods all day long. It's like coming home for Thanksgiving dinner and you're like, I don't know that aunt, but somehow you still end up talking to her for 3 hours. If you're trying to encompass Iceman, that's what's special. There are so many different types of people out there taking on the event in their way, whether it's with costumes, whether it's with frozen bottles, whether it's in the back of the pro race. Everyone has a story, and I think that's what makes Iceman unique.
Yeah, I've always said the same thing. Iceman is just that race that I don't care where I am in my life, where I am in the world. I don't care if I had a broken femur. I would still show up to Iceman, racing or not, because there's something about this place and the community that you just cannot miss on the first weekend in November. I will always be here.
How you doing, Avery?
The audience wants me to take my clothes off.
I want you to take your clothes off. Can you not tell?
Oh, that's actually so gnarly.